Well, you know when you're out there in nature and you kind of your sort of natural instincts kick in, where you feel it, and the fact that there is something unpredictable or that you don't understand out there is kind of exciting. You know, like the fact that there is. You know, I'm not really truly expecting to get attacked by a bear, but you know, your senses are on alert. You're listening into the woods. You know they're there. You know they know you're there, and they've probably left. Mm-hmm. But maybe this is the one time where they're walking along with their cub, and you get in the wrong position at the wrong time. And so, you know, often when I go for a walk, I have bear spray on me. I sometimes, you know, have a rifle on me. I don't carry it with me every time I leave the house, but I've got a few rifles and that I've not really been a hunter, you know, in my life, but I kind of, so many people around me, you know, around the country, everybody hunts, and I think I'm going to maybe.
How much land do you have?
150 acres. So it's kind of
certainly hunt on that.
Yeah, and there's deer, and it's quite
sure.
It's quite something that I never really expected to kind of live like that, but it's really kind of interesting. And then it backs onto lots of you know, thousands and thousands of acres of protected wilderness. So they, you know, it's.
Are you allowed to hunt back there?
Yeah, and on my property too. So.
What is the tag allocation like? Do you get landowner tags? Do you get tags because you're a resident of the area? Like
you still have to get a hunting license. So
right.
In Canada, you know, it's. If you want to get a rifle, first of all, it's completely different than in Texas, right? You can't just go buy one. You have to go take. It's like getting your driver's license. Essentially, you have to go take. You have to write a test, and you have to pass it, and you have to do a course, a safety course, and then you have to send that into the RCMP, the Canadian, you know, the Mounties, right? Mm-hmm. They review it, and then a couple months later, you get your non-restricted firearms license, which allows you to go buy a rifle. I've been collecting lever action rifles, you know, so I've got just, you know, I'm
that's cool.
Relatively new to this, but you know, when I was out in the desert, I had a shotgun with me. I had a hunting license when I was in New Mexico. I was trying to hunt some quail. Never saw a bird though, so it was, you know, I was hunting, but I never saw anything, so I didn't really do. It's hard. I was still hunting, but I never saw anything. So, right. But yeah, so it's there's. That's why. Trying to think of what I want to tell you here, Joe. That's why I think I really would love you to come up to Canada sometime and visit maybe and come up and do some shows up there. People would love to see you. And there's just such a huge outdoors hunting, fishing culture. That's what being Canadian is. Once you get out of the city, right? It's people are just it's people love to hunt, people love to fish. I go ice fishing with my friends. We go set up a.
Didn't they put new restrictions on firearms up there?
They just banned handguns. Absolutely, yeah, but not rifles. Yeah, which is pretty extreme from an American standpoint. Certainly, I mean, to think that.
So obviously, if you own handguns, do you have to get rid of them?
No, you're not allowed to sell them to anybody, and you're stuck with them. So it's that and that's probably the biggest change that's happened in, you know, there is also no automatic weapons up there, so you can't get a AR-15, for example.
So AR-15s aren't automatic.
Or that caliber or whatever. Yeah, you can't get those weapons, but you can get a rifle, a shotgun. You know, I have a 308, I have a 243, I have a 22, I have a shotgun. You know, I have 20 gauge, 12 gauge, all the normal hunting. Rifles are fine. So,
what was the thought process behind banning firearms or banning pistols?
Well, I wasn't really kind of. I think it was just an attempt to curb.
People voted on?
Well, they voted for the government, and the government did it. So obviously, some people aren't too happy about it. One thing about Canada is like the gun culture is different up there. It's more people are. I think I'm going to get in trouble with the people that are handgun enthusiasts in Canada, but it's just not as common up there. It's more about hunting and hunting rifles, but there are probably a lot of people that are pretty upset about it for sure. It's they're not actually taking away people's rifles or anything like that. So, but
one of the exemptions is individuals train, compete, or coach in a handgun shooting discipline that is on the program of International Olympic Committee or the International Paralympic Committee. Looks like someone's going to have to become a shooter. Yeah, I compete.
I'm personally not
compete in shooting. That's why I have to have this gun.
I'm not really I don't really, I like my lever action rifle. I like my shotgun. I think I might hunt turkeys this year. I'd like to do that. We have a lot of turkeys on the property. I'm not really. I don't necessarily feel like I need a handgun. It's a different kind of.
I don't necessarily feel that anybody should tell me that I can't have a handgun.
Yeah,
especially not the government.
Yeah,
especially not the government that's already done some really shady shit.